Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय जय श्री रामदर के गिरिधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वज्ञनाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्ति शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गौ प्रेमानंद हरे हरे Hare Krishna. Once again, welcome to all the devotees. So now we'll start with today's session, the 6th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, Dhyäna-yoga. Actually, before the introduction of Bhakti Yoga, it was the process of Dhyana Yoga. Every yoga, there are 4 yugas, Satya Yoga, Treta Yoga, Dwapar Yoga, and Kali Yoga. One yoga is what you call as Dharma, Yoga Dharma. So in one yoga, one Yoga Dharma is there. And this Dhyana Yoga is in Satya Yoga. So it is very difficult for our implement or practice in this Kali Yoga. We'll see that. But Dhyana Yoga, one thing we can understand, how difficult is it? Is it impossible? It is just impossible for us to do. Even Arjuna, he rejects this system of Dhyana Yoga. He says it's very difficult. But Arjuna was so powerful, he was able to control even the wind. Even the moving wind, he was able to stop. But he says that I am not able to control my mind for this dhyana. Let us see more. So now let us start with prayers. So our prayers from the bottom of our heart. So the humbleness, the way we pray to the Lord and Guru makes us or qualifies us to understand this transcendental subject. Okay, first let us start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swami Niti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Niti Gopapataya Gauraka Tadamadaya Nadamadamata Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayati Girimat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramanandam Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Vishwar Gurudev. Okay, as usual, so let us show our gratitude and thanks to His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanaravindra Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who was the founder Acharya of ISKCON Society. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So in yesterday's chapter, what did we see? The 5th chapter, stay in world. How should we stay in the world? We try to understand with a small story. So even this applies to our life. We have what do we need in our life. Krishna has provided everything, but we expect for something which is not in our life. As that fool in the story was expecting for the 11th gold coin, he just searched for it for his whole life and died without enjoying the life, isn't it? So the same thing shouldn't happen in our life also. The wonderful life we have can just enjoy along with Krishna. But we don't understand that. Rather, we try to achieve which is not possible or which is not there in my life, and we suffer day after day. So we understood how to stay in this world. And 3 doers, any work is done, it is done by Prakriti, that is material nature, on the order of the Supreme Lord. It's not me, the doer. Anything which happens in my life in this universe, in this whole creation, anything is happening, it's only by material nature on the order of the Supreme Lord. But the real culprit, it's me, because I am desiring for it. I'm desiring for certain things, and Krishna is permitting, and that is happening. Clear? And by having this knowledge, we'll have the vision, equal vision. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahminika Vestani Shuni Chaiva Shapakisha Pandita Samadarshina. A Pandita, he can see everything equally, even a Brahmana and a Shudra. By this, what happens? We saw that. So there is brotherhood among everyone. There is no envious or enmity, even among the animals, because we have one Father, that is Krishna. Clear? And the peace formula, once we know all this knowledge, and especially Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Sukhdam Sarvabhutanam Nyatva Mam Shanti Murchati. Krishna is the only enjoyer. I am not the enjoyer. I am the servant of the Lord. And my purpose, Jivera Swarupa Hoy, Krishnera Nityadas. My Swarupa, my constitutional position is to serve the Lord. See, by our ignorance, indirectly, we serve many of them. Husband serves wife, wife serves husband or children, or children serve parents, parents serve children, or we serve society, we serve country. Something all goes on in this way. This all does by ignorance. But the real service goes to the Supreme Lord. Yasmin tushte jagat tushte. When you're serving the Supreme Lord, that means you're served the whole universe. The whole universe gets pleased once the Lord is pleased. So that is jnana. This knowledge gives us peace. That Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, he is the protector, and he is the Shukradam Sarvabhutanam. He is the only friend of all the living entities, because he is with us for many lifetimes, and he will be with us even for many upcoming lifetimes also. He is never going to leave us at any moment. So he is the best friend of the living entity. Clear? Yes. And in today's Dhyäna-yoga, what are we going to see? Enemy or friend, Ashtanga yoga, success and failure, and yogi. These four topics we are trying to understand. So how can a person who engages himself in this Dhyäna-yoga, Ashtanga yoga, how can he practice? So meanwhile, we'll try to understand a small story. Who is this enemy or friend, and what happens to the mind? Who is this enemy or friend? It's our mind. Till then, it is not be given with the knowledge, the intelligence, or till then we are not in a selfless manner. Actually, living entity or human being life starts from selfless. Once you don't have the selfless, or you don't serve the Supreme Lord, you cannot succeed in life, because the mind becomes the enemy. We'll try to understand this small story of Vishwamitra Muni. Vishwamitra Muni was the son of Ghadi, and he was a great king. So once what happened, he went to Vashishta Muni. See, the story is very big, I'm making short. So he goes there, and he sees that Kamaden. First he sees that, what I can say, small hut. So he goes with a big army. And Vashishta Muni says, you are the king of our country, so I'm willing to serve you. He says, how can you serve? You will be nothing. You can even not provide water to us. What can you do? He'll say, no, 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 I want to serve you and serve you all. So there's a huge army. He serves with wonderful items. It's a big feast. And even Vishwamitra thinks that I may not be able to do this. Being a king, I am not able to do this, but being an ordinary sadhu in a hut is, how can he do this? He'll go and ask, what is the secret of this? He says, I have a Kamadevi. So she's doing all this. Then he says, being the king, I should have the best. Whatever in the kingdom, whatever is best, it should be possessed by the king, so I should need this. He says, no, this Kamadena is given for the welfare of the society, for yajna, for the satisfaction of the Lord, for the milk and the ghee. So you cannot take this. So forcibly he tries to take, and he was not able to face Vashishta. So his power was, so he overpowered even the king. So finally he just gave up, and he'll go and meditate. How this can happen? Then he says, thinks that by meditating, taking the boon from the Lord, so I can achieve more. So he started doing dhyana, tapasya. See, selfish activities will never succeed. Even his life was not able to succeed because we cannot overcome our contaminations. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. We cannot overcome it. Even just by chanting selfishly, we cannot. Selfless service with love, it should come. So that's why I said in the very beginning, prayers makes us to get qualified to achieve it. We need has this dhyana, meditation, and obviously Indra wants to stop that, he'll send Menaka. He was trapped by Menaka. That is lust. He was not able to overcome. Finally, he'll get married, he'll have a child, many things. So that is Shakuntala. Then finally, he'll realize himself and he'll once again come back. He will do once again this tapasya, this dhyana. Once again, what happens? He will send another many apsaras and Urvashi will come. And now, first he was trapped for lust, and the second time it was for the anger. Kama, Krodha. Then once again his meditation has been lost. He gets angry and he starts cursing Urvashi. By his curse, all his pious deeds, what all he has been achieved by doing that meditation, everything is lost. Then finally he'll realize, and once again he does a mistake at Satya Harishchandra. King Satya Harishchandra, he'll go and offend him. That is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, because I am great, I am great. Till then, we think that I am great. We cannot succeed in our life. And this is all being done by the mind. How are we educating the mind? Are we giving the real knowledge to it? Once I think that I am the servant of the Supreme Lord, I will be the winner of the whole universe. Not this country, not this world, nothing like that. Whole universe. You can see the great devotees of the Lord like Narada Muni, like Angira Muni, and so many there, devotees of the Lord who have won the whole universe. The three words they mean. Clear. So how this mind can make us enemy also. It can make us the minute, insignificant of the insignificance. It can make us great Mahatmas also. Clear? Yes. So time is not permitting much, or else I can say 2, 3 stories to contract this and that. So how, if the mind is friend, how can it react? If it is enemy, this is how it does. If it is friend, how it can be done. Okay, now let us go further. Today's acronym is EASY, easy, that is enemy, friend, Ashtanga Yoga, success and failure, and yogi. When our mind is our friend, what happens? Follows direction. What the direction is been given in Bhagavad Gita, it just follows accordingly. As when even in the sessions, when there is some instructions, you have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they chant. You have to offer fruit and milk to the Lord, they do it. Turn on the videos, they do it. Because they know what is good. Because the mind is friend. It says that this is your progress. Please do it. And you will be able to do that. So follows direction. And progressive and healthy choices. And the choice will be healthy choices. And detached from sense gratification. So there is no need for any sense gratification, because you know what is the purpose of human life. So we don't, and we know very well, sense gratification binds us in this material world. So somehow or the other, we think to liberate. Once we have thought process of liberation, automatically we'll be able to understand everything. So how should I deal my life? How should I lead my life? All this result, freedom and elevation. In that way, we can be free from our entanglements. So in this way, and it is said, mind is something like a monkey. Srimad Bhagavatam explains this as monkey, compares this to be monkey. And what kind of a monkey? Not an ordinary monkey. Even an ordinary monkey cannot sit in one place, It's always flickering, running here and there, jumping from one branch to another branch. But this monkey, the mind called as monkey, is being intoxicated. Not only intoxicated, it is also mad. Not only it is having this madness, but even there's a thorn which has been pricked to its legs. Just imagine what kind of activity that kind of a monkey can do, having all this qualities. So that is the nature of mind. So a small story also, when it is said to us, compared to monkey. Once there was one farm next to the forest. It was a mango garden like. So all the monkeys from the forest came, attacked, fell on this farmer's this thing garden, and it started eating all the mangoes. The owner of that garden, he came and called all the monkeys. Why are you troubling me? Because there's a huge forest There's so many fruits there. Why do you want to disturb my garden? So the monkey says that, see, we get all the fruits in our forest, but not mangoes. But not mangoes. Then that person says, okay, fine, not a problem. Now what you do, you're already eaten that mango. You take the seed, go to the forest, dig for half a feet or 1 feet, keep it inside, daily cover it and daily pour some water. And when it sprouts, guard with some animals. Automatically, you'll get many trees and you can get many fruits out of it. So next year, there's no need to come and attack on my garden. Oh, all the monkeys were happy. One was taking one seed, one was taking two seeds. They did same thing. All they went, digged inside, kept everything, poured some water. This went on for 1 year, and there was the seed not sprout. The next year, once again, all the monkeys came and with more attacking mood, it came and fell on this garden. And this owner was once again frustrated. Called all the monkeys, why are doing this? So the monkey said, you cheated us. I did not cheat. What is the cheating? So what all you said, we did this, but nothing sprouted from the seed. He said, this is how I have developed my garden. How can this happen? What all you did do? So it started explaining what all you said. We all did everything. We took the seed, we kept into the land. We always every day used to pour some water, and we were guarding day and night. Even we have missed many night sleeps because we are guarding the seeds. And additionally, every day we used to see extra caution. We used to take the seed, see, and once again keep in the land. Every day we used to take the seed, see, and keep. What will happen? Will that seed sprout? No. This is called monkey activities or the mind activities. Even while chanting or even in this thing, mind makes us such kind of flickering things. Many decisions we take, we see at once we'll think, oh, I should be a very good person. I should chant. I'll become a devotee like that. And say, are you a fool to be like this? See, there's so many people are enjoying. You go and enjoy. It'll take us away. And once again, we'll come back. Array, this world is frustrating me. I cannot be happy here. So let me be happy in spirituality. Once again, we'll go back. This is how the monkey does. No patience. No patience in Krishna consciousness. We need the results in days. Yes, I hope you all are able to realize certain things, but you need the immediate results, which will never happen till then you do succeed in it. So this is called as mind's activities or monkey activities. Okay, when our mind becomes our enemy, what happens? You can see these two monkeys are quarreling. Follow sinful desires like lust, anger, greed, etc. You go based on this our contaminations. You want to be puffed up, you want to be egoistic person, everyone should respect you, everyone you wanted to be the greatest person, not the good person. You don't want to be good, but you want to be great. So it's a small change that makes us demon. It makes us demon, but a small change is sufficient to make us demigods or having the good qualities. Clear? So irritated, agitated, and misguided. It misguides it. Even on our good intelligence or good guidance also, it misguides us. I'll say a small story to understand. Once there was an ashrama. And every day, see, ashrama means every day there will be Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, discourse, something will be happening. In those days, every day it was there, and today also in ISKCON it is there. For morning it is Bhagavatam, and evening there is, in some ISKCONs there is Bhagavad Gita also. So in this what happens? So all the neighboring villagers or who are all interested, they come, they hear this Bhagavatam, and they themselves get purified, they'll understand what is life and all those things. And in this ashram, in the same way, and later part they'll give some prasadam for them to eat or something like that. One woman was pregnant, she came, and she's coming from a neighboring village, and she has to cross the river. She just every day crosses the river, and she's coming, and now she's come in a full pregnancy, like she's around 8 months or something like that. She heard everything, and she happily took the prasadam, and she was going back. It was a rainy season, so the flow of the river, it was increased. So the height while coming, it was just to her knees, and now it is coming to her chest. She's not able to cross the river. So she is thinking, can somebody help me? So from the same ashram, on the order of their spiritual master, two brahmacharis, came to purchase something. They have to cross the river and go. And when she seeing this, she called the first brahmachari. My dear boy, can you help me in crossing this river? Because I'm pregnant, I'm not able to cross. He said, no, I cannot do this. And because this is my order of my spiritual master, he said not to see any woman, not to speak to anyone, because I'm a brahmachari. So I cannot help you. I cannot touch you. I cannot do anything. He just left and he went away. Right. And the other person, the second person is coming, and once again, the lady is asking this boy, my dear boy, can you help me in crossing? So I'm not able to cross. I'm pregnant. And he says, my dear mother, why not? My guru, my spiritual master has taught me to help whoever is in need. Definitely, I'll help you. He took her and he carried her on his shoulders. He crossed the river, he dropped her. And this both brahmacharis. And first brahmachari is just astonished to see that this person, what kind of offender is he? Spiritually, is just going against the words of his spiritual master. And both started, see, the same work has been given to both, and both together they have passed more than 3 miles, 4 miles silently for 3 hours something. And finally, the first brahmachari breaks the silence. He says, you are a guru aparadhi, you are an offender. The second brahmachari says, how come? I'm a guru offender. He says, Guru says not to speak to women, not to touch them, not to take nothing, not to speak to them. But what did you do? You carried a woman. You took her. You crossed the river. You are offender. Then he says, the second brahmachari, I'm not the offender. The real offender is you. I carried her. I treated her as my mother. Just for a few minutes, I carried her and dropped there. But what are you doing? From past 3 hours, you're carrying her in your heart. You're just carrying her in your heart, thinking that, how did I carry? How did I touch her? Where did I touch? In this way of thinking, first you drop her from your heart. Clear? See, the instructions is coming from the same spiritual master. Both are in the same ashram. That is the way I understand. Here also all are sitting here, but the class is the same, but not that everyone are understanding the same way. Who is chanting from the day one understands in a different way. Who is regularly offering to the Lord, developing that relationship with the Lord, he will understand in the same way, different way, based on his mood, attitude towards the Lord and the spiritual master. Clear? Yes. So attached to sense gratification. Always when we are attached to sense gratification, even Vishwamitra Muni, a great personality, was not able to succeed. What are we? Okay. Result, entanglement, degradation. We get degraded day after day. That is what is happening from our ancestors. From day one to till today, what is happening? From our great grandfathers to till today. Day by day, we are getting degraded and entangled because we are becoming selfish. Everyone wants to become great. Nobody wants to become the servant of the Supreme Lord, servant of the spiritual master. Till then, I want to become great. I will be following my contaminated mind, that is Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. So we are never ever I can succeed in my life. Clear? Yes. And here Krishna gives the example of our body. What is this? You can see at the chariot, Krishna, Arjuna with horses. On the chariot, you can see it. How is this been compared? So the chariot is the body, and Arjuna, it's we. And Krishna is the intelligence, and the what you call, once again, I forget that. The holding the ropes, where Krishna is holding the horse. That is the mind, and horses are the senses. So who is controlling whom? The senses are controlled by mind, because the horses are controlled by that lagam, that rope. And that has been controlled by Krishna. That is intelligence. And he is like a driver. Intelligence is like a driver. He is driving us, but we have the soul based on the soul's instructions. When the person is sitting there, when he says, the Sarathi or the driver, go to the left turn, he takes a left turn, take a right turn, he'll take a right turn. If you don't guide him properly, what happens? So to guide him, we need knowledge. That is Bhagavad Gita. To understand what is life. If you don't know who am I, what is my duties, what will I do? Based on the senses, horses just run towards its sense gratification. The senses always runs towards seeing this is good. I wanted to eat this, I want to drink this, or I want to hear this, I want to smell this. This all the senses drag us in different ways. Clear? We may not be able to take the right decisions. But when the same intelligence is being guided by knowledge, that is Bhagavad Gita knowledge, the instructions of the Supreme Lord, we can take the right decisions. Clear? Yes. And now we'll come to know Ashtanga Yoga. How yogi is been practicing. See, how to control the senses. Now, this yogi thinks, yes, the mind has to control the senses. Now he practices is controlling. And before that, let us see what is yoga now and what is nowadays yoga and what is our understanding of yoga. Is it some pheromonal activity like something like this, putting our head down and legs up? That is yoga? Or something like gymnastic and physical exercises? Or just giving austerity to our body and troubling our body? No, this is not yoga. It cannot be yoga also. Yoga, what is the meaning of yoga? So it is said in the scriptures, it is derived from the Sanskrit word yug. Yug is nothing but connectivity. Connecting to each other. Whom? Connecting to Paramatma. Connecting to the Supreme Lord. Dhyäna-yoga. See, there are many varieties of yoga. It is karma yoga. What is karma yoga? We were discussing this yesterday also. Karma is activities. Through our activities, we get connected to the Lord. Karmanyevadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana ma karma phala eturgur mate sangustu karmani. Giving the offerings, whatever my activities, the results will be offered to the Lord. That is karma yoga. Then Dhyana yoga. Then it comes Dhyana yoga. Decide is Jnana yoga. What is Jnana yoga? So reading the Vedas, trying to read everything and try to implement or engage, connect with the Lord. That is Jnana yoga. And then Dhyana yoga, meditating, is the next level. Then finally it is Bhakti yoga. Yoga means it's very simple, it's connecting. Or by doing this gymnastic, are we getting connected to the Lord? By doing this exercise, are we connected to the Lord? If not, then how could we call that as yoga? See, I'm not against this exercise or morning walks or something which are doing. Yes, to keep us fit, we can do all those things. But we cannot name that as yoga. There's nothing to do with yoga. Yoga means that has to be connected to the Lord. If you're able to connect to the Lord, then it becomes yoga. But we are in ignorant state, getting degraded day after day. You can see how are we degrading this yoga system? How many kinds of yogas? One day we need some new yoga so that to attract everyone. See, tennis yoga, business yoga, and fat burning yoga. You can become thin by yoga. And for blood pressure, there's a yoga. For pregnancy, there's a yoga. For a woman, there is a yoga. Aerial yoga. So many yogas. In the name of yoga, we want to make money, but we don't need the instructions of Krishna. The yoga has been given in Bhagavad Gita by Krishna. We need that name of yoga to attract everyone, but not Krishna. Is it not foolishness? See, chair yoga also. Sitting on the chair it becomes a yoga. And nowadays it has become so modern. In America, I was hearing that there's yoga for cats and dogs also. They make these dogs and cats to lift their legs, lift their tail and something. I don't know. They say they give a name as yoga. This is also called as yoga. Oh, you're not getting attracted. Hey, even my dog is doing yoga. How foolish are we? This is what we get. This is how we get degraded by lack of our knowledge. Because we don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is the purpose of human life. And now what is happening? There's so many demons, other religious people who write this Bhagavad Gita. They're writing, I heard in the news, they're writing some Rig Vedas. Many Vedas they're writing. And being we foolish or ignorant, we buy some book, whichever is in the name of Rig Veda, Bhagavad Gita. As I'm hearing Bhagavad Gita, let me purchase one Bhagavad Gita. Some demon has written it. And he writes rubbish in it. Reading that, finally, what he is saying, that is what his conclusion. We say, yes, no Shastra is good. As it been said, Yes, Shastras are all interacting badly. It is wrongly been interpreted or something. In this way, see, this all goes on our attitude. If I want to be a good person, definitely as Paramatma is the first Guru, Chaitya Guru, residing in our heart, he guides us the right direction. If I want to be selfish, definitely the guidance will be for a wrong purpose, wrong direction. Because what I need, I get that. The seed which I sow, the fruit will be the same. If I sow a neem seed, I'll get the neem fruit. If I sow a mango seed, I'll get a mango fruit. Clear? Our intentions and what is our thought process, what is my attitude, everything matters. Clear? But what is real yoga, you can see here. This is called as Hatha Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga. The Ashtanga Yoga means eight. What is that eight? Ashta. Yama, Niyama, Hasana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. This is how you make your life perfection. First it is Yama, then Niyama. Yama means what all has to be done. What should we do to achieve this? Then Niyama, what not to be done, what we shouldn't eat, what we shouldn't see, all those things. So doing what has to be required to be done and not doing what is not to be done. Following all this first basics things this is. Then Hasana. And it is said for Hasana, sitting posture, it takes 12 years of practice. So all our nine, what I can say, gates of our body, nine holes has to be controlled. It is to be completely covered. This is how asana takes such a long. Then he does pranayama. Pranayama is not that what we do now, just holding our nose and leaving the breath and taking it. No, there's panchavayu within us. So you start, I don't know, you will start developing it in such a way that it takes the chakra, you have chakra, to different levels it takes. From the Kundalini chakra, it takes to the Agnya chakra. I'll cover that in the 8th chapter, how a yogi does. So in this way, by that pranayama, you have to do that. It is so subtle, you know. Do we see any air which is within our body? No. For example, now you're sitting here for so long. Did you realize that now I'm breathing, my air is going in, my air is coming out, something you're feeling it? No. How ignorant are we? But see, we are so gross level, and this yogi is able to do in such a subtle thing. Even the air within, that is called as pranavayus, five vayus are there. He makes that to float and makes the chakras to lift up. Clear? And next process is pratyahara. Pratyahara is nothing but not engaging the senses to his needs, controlling it. Then dharana. When he succeeds, actually, it is said in among millions and millions of yogi, not even one person gets succeeded because he gets siddhis at the A stage of pranayama and pratyahara. What is that siddhis? Mahima, lagima, all the siddhis he get. It'll become small. It'll become big. He can do anything. He can even create the universe. Vishwamitra created one artificial heavenly planet for Trishank. Then seeing all this, we think, oh, so great personality. No, by yogic power, all those things you can do, but you cannot become a devotee. You cannot become a devotee. Clear? That is the perfection of our life. Then find dharana. Dharana, when he succeeds all this, then in dharana. Dharana is nothing but inviting the Supreme Lord to the heart. He invites him and makes him to sit and eat down. On him, he does dhyana, meditating. Then samadhi. Finally, he gets union, gets one with the Supreme Lord. One means don't think that going and merging to the Lord, one with his consciousness. He'll understand that I am the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord and my service is to serve him. Mamaivam shajiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. So when we are not guided properly or not under the right guidance or a spiritual master, we start interpretation according to based on my material knowledge. And a person who writes this book based on his material knowledge, he also cannot know this. Krishna is very clearly says, Bhaktya mama vijanati yavanyasmita tatha. Till then you don't become a devotee, you cannot understand this transcendental knowledge. Till then you don't chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you cannot understand. Till then you don't offer to the Lord and develop a relationship, you cannot understand. Yeah. And you can take this screenshot or something. You can see the verse number, in which verse what has been spoken here. He says Yama in the 10th verse. Krishna is saying about Yama, the do's, Iniyama, don'ts, Asana, sitting posture, and Pranayama, breathing, Pratyahara, withdrawing the senses. So, senses, how to withdraw the senses. See, senses are actually controlling us, So, it takes some time to realize that, yes, senses are more powerful than me. It is controlling. Even on my good intelligence, it is controlling me. So once what happened, there's two friends. They were going in a car. At once there was a sudden brake. And the other friend asked, why are you stopping? There is no speed brake or nothing. No, no, no. There is some chat shop here. Could you spell that? There is some bhaji gonda or pani puri, something. Can you smell this? So let us go taste and come. The senses, the nose is controlling him. Sometimes eyesight controls us. We may not be able to realize that. What is wrong in it? Let us go. You have certain regulations in a life, but it makes you to break that, especially when you become a devotee, you'll understand. So we are able to realize those things all because we eat only prasadam which is offered to the Lord. And whenever there's outside food, we don't eat. But we can see the senses, how it controls us. So it makes us to get trapped into it. But a person who is very strongly in his devotional service, he can overcome. Not everyone. Clear? Then dharana, controlling the mind. Dhyana, meditating on Vishnu, Samadhi, trance, complete absorption in the Supreme Lord. Clear? And can anyone do yoga? Now Arjuna starts from here. Can anyone do? Not everyone. We need some qualification. See, for bhakti, everyone can do. See, many are sitting here who are unqualified, including me. The unqualified person is able to speak here because it is the mercy of my spiritual master. I am able to do it. This is how the mercy flows. And there are so many people who are sitting and hearing. Definitely, we are all unqualified for it. Here, even a woman can take this, even an old man can take, even a child can take, everyone can take. But yoga, no way. You need an agitated mind. No material desires. We shouldn't have any material desires. Then complete celibacy. Without being a celibate, you cannot. And yogis at present are in this yoga. Forget about that at present. This yoga system is for Satya. But foolishly, people take this yoga system in present moment, they cannot do. And artificially, they try to do it. Even in Himalayas, you can say, oh, they are all agoris, they are great, yogis, that. No, nobody can be a perfect yogi. Artificially, actually, artificially, they break their, what I can say, their bonds like. So they wanted to artificially be celibate. No, it should be natural. That means you have so much attraction towards the Lord, to the spirituality, higher taste you are getting. So the lower taste becomes insignificant. Complete celibacy is needed. Who's able to do this? Okay, lamp in windless place, regulated habits. One second, there is some call. Okay, so lamp in windless place and regulated habits. Clear? So this is how. Till then, you're not qualified, you cannot become a yogi. But for a devotional service, everyone can engage because that is the mercy of the spiritual master. He makes that disciple or the devotee qualified. But yogi, it is different. We have to get qualified and then you have to enter. You can see something like this cat there's a milk next to it. Like this it is. There's a milk next to it and you have to be without drinking it. It's impossible. The yogi, the devotee is the best because he can offer to that milk to the Lord and take. He is not away from his sense gratification. Rather, he is purifying the sense gratifications. This is the easiest process. Okay, now Arjuna is asking, Arjuna vacha yoyam yogastvaya prokta Samyena Madhusudana Etasyaham na pashyami Chanchala Chanchalavad Sthitam Stiram. Arjuna said, O Madhusudana, the system of yoga which you have summarized appears impractical and unendurable to me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. Who is saying this? Arjuna is saying it is impractical. The very first thing is impractical. I cannot do this because he's in Dwapara Yuga. A living entity who is in Dwapara Yuga cannot do yoga system. So he's saying, I cannot do this. This is impractical. And how powerful as he this gets here. Chanchalimi mana Krishna pramati balavadrudam tasyaham nigraham manye vayor so dushparam. He says, the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. How to control that mind? Oh Krishna! And to subdue it, I think, is more difficult than controlling the wind, because Arjuna was able to control the wind. The moving wind he was able to control, but is not able to control the mind. He says that mind is more stronger than the wind. It is turbulent, restless, obstinate. No way I can control it. Clear? And Krishna accepts this. You can see in coming slides. Krishna answers, yes, it is difficult. So not to speak of us, we think that I can do yoga. No, even Arjuna is saying that he cannot control it. See, this is how it takes us. It's flickering, it's obstinate and strong, turbulent. Even great personalities fall trap to this mind. Even you cannot think that, oh, now I've grown in spiritual life, so I come to a certain level, I'm chanting so many rounds, I'm having a good relationship with the Lord and having a good association of devotees, many things. You can be a direct devotee of the Lord and having direct services in the temple. Even then, mind makes you to fall. It makes you to get trapped. So I'll say a small story. Viplanarayana, there's a person named Viplanarayana, a great devotee of the Lord. So what happened? So every day, what is his duty? He used to go to the temple, do some garlands, tulsi garland, flower garland. He had a garden. He used to go offer to the Lord. This was service. So once a prostitute came to that kingdom by name Devadevi. So she was so gorgeous and beautiful. She was. Her name is Deva Devi. That means she is even able to enchant or trap even the Devatas. Devatas get admired to her beauty. That was her beauty. And when she's walking on the streets, many see her and they just faint there and fall down. They even forget their steps to walk. So that was her beauty. And this Viplanarayana is in higher level of consciousness. So he's enjoying his spiritual life. So he's just coming in the same way. And she is coming with her, what I can say, walk, special walk, like you say this cat walk or something like that. He's coming with that Vayahara and with this thing all. And this person, he just saw her from top to bottom. He did not had any attraction. He just saw and he just smiled and he went away. And the friends who are with Devadevi, they started laughing at Devadevi. My dear Devadevi, gone. Your beauty has been getting diminished now. See, he's not getting enchanted to you. He's not getting entrapped to you. He's just ordinarily going. That means now you're losing your beauty. So she felt very disturbed by hearing this and she said, no. How come? And finally she said she challenged with her friends that in 6 months I'll make this person fall behind me. She removed all her jewelry, everything. She dressed herself as an ordinary lady, went to this ashram and requested this Viplanarayana, please, I am helpless. I don't have anyone to help me. And I don't have any relatives or no one with my family also. So please, can you help me to stay here? I don't have house, nothing. And Viplanarayana said, my dear daughter, this is not the place for the women to stay. It's here only for the males, ashram. You cannot stay here. But she requested, please, please. And he called her, my dear daughter, it is not possible. Finally, on her strong request, he said, okay, fine. I am only a servant here. You can serve, not a problem. Then she used to take the flowers or tulsi in this way. She used to cut and give to this Viplanarayana. And this Viplanarayana used to go. He used to do the garland. Every day this was going on for a few months. So once there was a rainy season and he went with the garland, and while coming towards heavy rain, he came in the rain and she requested him, my dear master, see, you serve so much, but I don't have an opportunity to serve you. Please give me opportunity to serve you. I can massage your legs. He said, no, I am a servant. I'm serving the Lord. Why do I need this? No, my dear, I don't need this. She wanted to serve him. Finally, he said, okay, fine, you take. Because the script, she said that the scripture, the essence of scripture is to serve dasano, dasano, dasa, to the servants who are serving the Supreme Lord and to the servants who are serving them. So it's my duty to serve you. Finally, he agreed to it. Just imagine a male giving his body to a prostitute, what happens? She massaged in a different way, so agitating him with the lusty desires and all those things. And seeing her, she understood as soon as his consciousness was changing. She went away from there. She dressed up with her normal dress, with beautiful jewelry, all those things, makeup, in a good makeup. She came back, and seeing her, he was so much enchanted. He asked, "Who are you?" Then she said, I am Devi Devi. So many days I was serving you. I had a betting with my friends that you will get enchanted to my beauty. And today you are. So she said, and she left. But he was so much trapped to her beauty, he just went behind her because now he needs the association of her. Said, Deva Devi, he just went behind her. And she just locked the door and she went into the house. He was just sitting near the door. He was tapping the door. Everything. This went on many days without food, without water, without service of the Lord. He's sitting in that prostitute's house. And after a few days, the Lord came outside with that procession. When he was coming, actually, Lakshmi Devi told to the Lord, I see your devotee. Vipranarayan is sitting here in the prostitute's house. Why can't you help him? Then Lord personally will come there as in the form of a small boy. He gets a golden bowl from that temple, which is that is his offering. He gets to and comes and gives to this Deva Devi. See, I'm the servant of Viplanarayana. You accept this golden bowl, and you give your association to Viplanarayana. Prostitute, when you are paying her money, he gives the association. That is it. So then she opens the door and she invites Viplanarayana. He's so happy. Oh, now Devadevi is accepting me because she's accepting because she has got the gold. Then this message went to everyone and the king. Now what happened? It went to the king also. King called this pujaris and he said that two pujaris were there. So he said, somebody has stolen this golden bowl and it is you are responsible. If you don't get it back, you will be arrested and you will be jailed. And they were searching for this, and this friends of Devadevi had some connection with this pujaris, and finally they said, yes, there is. And some person, servant of Viplanarayana, gave to Devadevi. This news went to the king, and the king arrested this Devadevi and Viplanarayana. And actually, king also had some good relation with Devadevi, so he just released her. But this Viplanarayana was jailed, and he was supposed to punished the next day. On that night, Lord comes in the dream of this king and he says that it was not Vipranarayan, it was me. I went to the prostitute's house to give this golden bowl because I want to help my disciple, help my devotee, Vipranarayan. Hearing this, seeing this dream, he, in the mid of the night, just he came rushing towards this Vipranarayana, fell at his low feet and he asked for pardon. Please, I'm very much sorry. It was not you, it was the Lord who has gone and had to help you. But great devotee are you. Finally released him. And Vipranarayana became very sorrowful. What kind of a degraded person I am. By my activities, I made the Supreme Lord to come to a prostitute's house. He repented for it. Once again, then he started his normal service to the Lord. Small. This is not stories. It's a real incident which has been happened. So what I'm saying here, he was such a great. He was not even attracted to her beauty, but even he felt trapped. So mind makes us very. It is very obstinate, strong, turbulent. See, breaks down all walls. Does not ask permission. So how much ever great are we are, but mind makes us to get trapped into this material things because we are associating in the yesterday also we saw no? We should be something like the lotus leaf in the water. We are residing, we are in this material world. Every moment you are getting trapped. So we should be something like the lotus flower. We should be very cautious. Clear? Let us go further. And now Krishna is accepting this. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Asamshayam Mahabaho Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grihyate. Krishna says, accepts. Asamshayam Mahabaho. Yes, whatever you're saying is absolutely right, Arjuna. You cannot control your mind. And you see, Krishna is not giving impractical solutions here. Rather, is giving practical solutions. What is he saying? See, Lord Sri Krishna said, "O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and by detachment." That is what is the devotional service to you. By continuous, constant practice, every day chanting the holy names of the Lord, every day offering to the Lord. These two activities is sufficient. Controlling the mind, controlling our tongue, the very first thing, gross level, that is sufficient to make us perfect. Krishna says this, regular practice. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. And definitely we need some detachment, which is making us to trap. What is that? Never ever you should think to drink milk which is not offered of the present moment. Till then it is not offered, you shouldn't eat. No fruit has to be eaten without offering. That's only small thing you are going to take. That is a detachment, not to completely avoid it. No, I shouldn't eat any fruits. No, you can eat, but only after offering. So now you eat many other things. The 9th chapter, when it comes and say how to offer that, there's a process for it. What to be offered to the Lord. So those things all will be revealed in the 9th chapter. Then you can get it. Okay. Yes. Now formula to control our mind. 1 minute. Somebody has come. Just tell hand over the key. 1 second. And formula to control our mind, practice. That is abhyasa, constant practice. So I hope you're all doing it now. So, for example, our practice before coming to this session was to wake up at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something it was like that. But now we try to come early morning, wake up by 5:30, come to the session, chant, which is a new practice. Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, start offering milk and fruit. We are giving a, what I can say, form to our spiritual life. So many days we are just very loose, however we want, however we need, we can stay. That way it was. But now we are giving a good form to our life. We are just developing in a good way. I should be a devotee. You are following the scriptures. You're following Bhagavad Gita. You're taking the instructions of that and you're leading a life accordingly. That's practice. See, those following 9 processes of bhakti, especially hearing and chanting. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. He takes us till Atmanivedanam, like Bali Maharaj. You will come to that transcendental position to take a decision at any moment. How much ever the situation is disturbing you, whatever is happening in your life, you can take the right decision. That is Atmanivedanam. You'll come to that state. But you need certain practice for that. You have started now. That is chanting Hare Krishna. And detachment. So detaching the mind from activities not devoted to the Lord. So certain things which cannot offer to the Lord, it has to be avoided. It's very simple. Clear? Yes. And you can see success and failure. Now Arjuna is getting very compassion on this yogis. So he asks questions, what will happen to them? Who will never get perfection in his life. Even after such hard struggle, he is not able to succeed in his life. What happens to him? So Krishna is answering here. Prapya punya kritam lokan ushetva shashwati samaha suchinam srimatam yehe yoga brashto vijayate. The unsuccessful yogi, after many, many years of enjoyment on the planets of the pious living entities, is born into a family of righteous people or into a family of rich aristocracy. Clear? So what happens to them? Even if they fall down, even if they don't get succeeded in this process, the next life Krishna is helping them to get a good birth in a good family where they are the richest people or the rich aristocracy. Now you all can understand if you are rich, it's the mercy of the Lord. He has given this opportunity so that you can engage yourself in His service without suffering for the needs of your life. Clear? But we are so ignorant, we don't know that. See, many say, by hard work I become rich, I'll do that. No, you cannot do. It's only by punya, the karmic results that we have, and the mercy of the Lord. Why did you take birth to your parents who are very rich? It is not your thing, it is the Lord's mercy. So now you are well versed, you can do whatever you need. And poverty stricken life you take, that is also our karmic results. We were bad people, so Krishna has given that, yes, you have to suffer. So we take birth in certain families. Our Shudra family, very degraded family, all those things. If you are taken birth in a very decent family and good, it is the mercy of the Lord. The prime duty of us is to serve the Lord. He has given such a good life. That Lord is thankful. Each and every moment you have to think and serve the Lord. That serving is nothing but just thanking Him for all what He has given to us. By chanting one round, we say some minute, say no time. 24 hours they have and they say no time. But just to chant to the Lord for 10 minutes, they say no time. Take this Bhagavad Gita no times. We have time for many unwanted things. For doing unwanted things, we have time. For example, I'll go to the restroom and come. For the second time, I want to go to the restroom. Will you say, I don't have time to go to the restroom? You go in. How can you say no time for the spiritual activities, which is uplifting you, making you perfect? But we are so foolish, we say no time for that. For unwanted things, we say, yes, I have sufficient time to go to some movies, go there for many things we do in our life, which is all not required. Clear? So here, yogi, who's best? No, Krishna is saying, tapas tapasvibhyodhiko yogi jnanibhyopi matodhikaha karmibhyashchadiko yogi tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Oh, a yogi is greater than the ascetic, greater than the emperorist, and greater than the fruitive worker. Therefore, O Arjuna, in all circumstances, be a yogi. What is yogi? Once again, you have to understand here connecting to the Lord, not just troubling his body, having his stomach inside or floating on the water or many things like that they do. No, he is greater than the ascetic. And he is greater than the empress, that is impersonalist, Jnani. He is greater than him. He is greater than this ascetic also. He is called as yogi. And we don't know the definition of yogi, and we are not able to realize or understand who is your yogi also. We see a person with big beards, big this thing, what I can say, hairs, having some knot on his head, with something in this form, we realize that he is a yogi. No, yogi is a person who is getting connected to the Lord, and who is the best among them. And see, yoga is the process. See, everywhere yoga it is. It is first is karma yoga. By our activities gets purified when you're offering that to the Supreme Lord. Our jnana becomes purified when you're giving our knowledge to the Lord's service. Our dhyana becomes purified. All our engagements in the Lord's service. And finally, bhakti yoga. What is bhakti yoga? Bhakti yoga is nothing but love to the God. Prabhupada gives the translation to as bhakti yoga. It is bhakti means love of Godhead. What is that? Love of Godhead. Love. How could you love God without knowing Him? You don't know who is God. How can you love Him? So Bhagavad Gita teaches. So here it has been thought, who is the Supreme Lord to you? Who is God? And there are many other gods also. Who are they now? It will come in the 7th chapter. That is tomorrow and 9th chapter. There are many devatas. What is their role to be played? How come Krishna is the Supreme Lord? Many things. Krishna says. Krishna has already have said in the introduction also. And Krishna also reveals this in his coming chapters. Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasya dhananjaya mayi sarvamidam proktam sutre maniganaiva. Aham sarvasya prabhu matta sarvam pravartati iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. And even Brahma says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigra Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. And Bhagavatam says, Etecham Sakalapam Krishna Bhagavan Soyam. There's so many references and so many scriptures say that. It's only thing I should be a devotee to understand. Till then I am not devotee. I may not be able to understand. Clear? All other yogas are progression towards the ultimate destination, that is Bhakti Yoga. Till then our activities are not pure, till then our knowledge is not pure, till then our attitude is not pure. We don't get bhakti. But by practicing, without having anything also you can practice. That is what is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Getting the divine energy from the spiritual master in Krishna. Clear? Now, topmost yogi, finally Krishna is saying, Yoginam api sarvesham mad gathenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yo mam same yuktatamo mataha. Yoginam api sarvesham, was always meditating on me, was always chanting my holy names, was always engaged in my service. You can see here the devotees in the streets chanting the holy names of the Lord, dancing and enjoying their life. He is the best yogi among all the yogis because he has dedicated his life to the Lord's service for the propagation of Krishna consciousness. He is giving Krishna in others' life. There's so many conditioned living entities suffering in this miserable world. He's giving Krishna to them. He's giving life to them. He's a great yogi, not a person who's sitting in Himalaya, closing his eyes and trying to control his senses. It is all selfish. A selfish person cannot become a real yogi. See, Bhagavad Gita teaches us so much. Without this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, not we, even the great get intellectuals. We call them as great intellectuals, Vidwan, scholars. They are also doing mistakes. And there are so many spiritual persons, they are doing mistake, going and doing yoga, dhyana, those things, many things, because they don't have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Even if they read Bhagavad Gita, not able to understand because they are not under the proper guidance of a pure devotee. Clear? And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service to me, he is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Krishna is saying this. What else we need? Whom you wanted to say, other than the Supreme Lord? He himself is saying that this is how you'll become the great yogi, highest of all. See, the message is there, and now the decision is in our hands. How much we take this to our life. Just chanting, 10 minutes of chanting, one round, it hardly takes 6 to 7 minutes. Okay, for the beginners, it can take 10 minutes. 10 minutes, if you don't have, then what kind of a devotee you can be? Just one round of chanting, and obviously you have milk in your house and a fruit. Why can't you take 2 minutes to offer to the Lord? What are you going to lose from this? Isn't it? Rather, you're developing a transcendental relationship with the Lord. Please do it. So, my duty, I do. It is up to you whether to accept or reject. Okay, and today what all did we see? The enemy and the friend, and it is mind. It can be both. And the Ashtanga Yoga, that is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhyana, Dhyana, Samadhi. And what happens to a yogi who is not success in your life? Krishna is going to take. And the best yogi is a devotee who is always engaged in Lord's service. Yeah. Notice for tomorrow. And from tomorrow, it's a special section of Bhagavad Gita. So this Bhagavad Gita is 18 chapters, which is divided into 3. The first 6 chapters, last 6 chapters, the middle 6 chapters. Middle 6 chapters speaks about Bhakti Yoga. The first 6 chapters speaks about Karma Yoga. The last 6 chapters speaks about Jnana Yoga. But Krishna is keeping this Bhakti in middle. Even he is protecting it. Not that everyone can get to it. So Bhakti, the transcendental relationship, the intimate relationship, how is Lord connected to this living entity, to a devotee? All those things is been revealed to this. And the 9th chapter is the most important. Krishna says, Rajavidya Rajaguhyam is the secrets of all secrets will be revealed. Tomorrow, Krishna, without any questions, he starts because he's pleased by the attitude of Arjuna. Now, see, because of Arjuna, even we are getting benefited. By pure devotee, everyone gets benefited. So, because of his attitude and his nature, his humility, Krishna is very much pleased and is revealing himself. So, tomorrow we can see that message what Krishna is revealing to Arjuna. Okay, yes. And now there's a quiz link. So I request everyone to attend to this quiz. And now let us chant once Hare Krishna Mahamant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shunvatam swakatah Krishna, Punyashravana Kirtanaha, Hridayantastavadrani, Vidunoti Suhrutsatam. Shunvatam swakatah Krishna. When you're just hearing Krishna Katha, that is sufficient. Punya Shravana Kirtana. See, we start with a small Kirtan, Jai Radhama. I don't know how many you are all doing Kirtan. Still will think, see, somebody is watching. How everybody in our house, they'll be watching me. Nothing. If possible, sit with the family, or else, how bothers you? Who's watching, who's not watching? We are supposed to get connected to the Supreme Lord. What matters if somebody is teasing us or saying in a different way? He's an ignorant person. We are residing or we are staying among the, what I can say, insane people. Like we are going into the Nimans. We cannot act like people who are mad there, isn't it? So we should learn this. We are among them. Everyone, including me, I was there now. So now somewhere I'm realizing it. So I have to come out of it. It is never matters what others are thinking, whether I am trying to become a devotee. That's more important. Hridayantastha Bhadrani, all our contaminations will be cleared. The heart has been contaminated, everything will be removed. Sri Krishna, the personality of God, who is the Paramatma in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages. Once you really have that heart to hear to the message of the Lord, has sitting in this Paramatma in the heart, he cleans the heart. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsarya, everything has been cleansed. Just by hearing the Krishna Katha or even the chanting the holy names of the Lord makes us. That's why I said chanting is not important. The more important is hearing. Chant loudly so that you can hear the words of the holy name. It's very clear, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. That is sufficient for our perfection. Clear? And this is Srimad Bhagavatam. So there's so many scriptures, so many things, so many references have been given to you all. Just simply to make you convinced that devotion only is a thing which can protect us. This is the only thing where you can come out of this miserable life. There's no other way. Clear? Just chanting and offering. Nothing you're going to give to me. Am I going to get anything from this? No. After the say 18 days, you can go anywhere, wherever you want, however you want to live, you can live. You can be get connected or you've not been connected also. Nothing bothers here. No one is going to trap you or something, brainwash. Many say that, oh, spirituality is something like a brainwash. They'll do something. Nothing to be done. It's only the truth, absolute truth, and is revealed to you. You get attracted, it's up to you. Krishna says, "Ye tamam prapadyasatam sati." How much you surrender into him, so much he should use his mercy. So even to me also applies the same thing. It is not that I'm giving the class here, I'm saying everything, so I'll be a great devotee. No, it never matters how much I'm speaking here. It matters how much I'm practicing in my life, how much I'm surrendering to the Lord. That much of mercy the Lord shows on me. It applies same to all, even Srila Prabhupada also. How much he has been surrendered. You can see that results shows that how much Srila Prabhupada was surrendered to Krishna. Clear? It applies the same. It's the same formula to all. Okay. This is our Lakshmi Narasimha Gandharika Giridhari is connected. Okay. Now if anyone is